Okay. So we go to the marks of the church. Itong marks of the church na sinasabi ko, this is the basis why we call the church, the Catholic Church is the true Church of Christ. Ito yung apat na basihan para masabi natin na ang tunay na simbahang itinatag ni Kristo ay ang simbahang Katolika. Okay, napasadahan ko na yan sa inyo last year, no? Sabi ko that there are 4 marks of the true church. The church has 4 marks, and these 4 marks are the basis of the authenticity of the true church of Christ. Okay, so the church is one. The church is Catholic, holy. The church is Catholic. The church is apostolic. In this topic, we are going to discuss the gift of the church and the task of the church. Task, why it is the one of the mark of the church. For example, the church as one, why it is a gift, and the church as one, what is the task of the church as one? What is the meaning? Okay? Understood? We go to page 119. Why do we say that the church is one? Bakit natin sinasabi na ang simbahan ay iisa? Pakibasa mo nga, Althea. Chantel? Pakibasa mo nga. Page 119. Okay, amidst a lot of religious groups, amidst a lot of Christian sects that are present in the world, we boldly say that the true Church of Christ is one. Sa napakaraming iglesia, relihiyon, samahan na meron sa mundo ngayon, buong tapang nating sinasabi, tinuturo ng ating doktrina na ang simbahan ni Kristo ay iisa. Hindi 3, hindi 4. Iisa. Okay? At ang simbahan ni Kristong iisa ay ang simbahang Katoliko. Bakit natin? Why do we say that the church is one? There are 3 reasons. Kindly underline these 3. First, second, and third. Kindly read the first one. Why do we say that the church is one? Miss Buado. The first. Miss Buado, bilis. Okay, this is the first reason why do we say that the church is one. The church is one because it came from God who is one. That is a basic knowledge. That is the basic reason. The church is one. Ang simbahan ay iisa sapagkat siya ay galing sa iisang Diyos. Tama? Tayong mga Katoliko, ang Diyos natin hindi 3, iisa. 3 persona pero iisang Diyos. Yung 3 persona ng iisang Diyos, siya ang pinanggalingan ng simbahan. Napag-aralan na natin yan dati. Kaya natin sinasabi na ang simbahan ay iisa sapagkat galing siya sa Diyos na iisa. Okay, pangalawa, second, Althea, ang isa. Althea the second.
Next is nutrient solution. So this means that the combination of fertilizer and water.
Tuloy mo, who came?
Combination of fertilizer and water. So pagsama natin fertilizer.
Okay, ito yan. Why do we say again that the church is one? Because there is only one Jesus Christ. Okay? Hindi maikakaila na ang founder ng church si Jesus Christ. Okay? There is only one Jesus Christ who came to redeem the world, who came to pray that all may be one. Lahat tayo maging isa. Who instituted the Eucharist that signifies the unity of the church. Yung misa, yung banal na misa, it signifies the unity of the church. Jesus, we are united because Jesus is the founder of one church because we are united by the commandments of Christ to love. Okay? And the last one, the Holy Spirit is being poured out to us. Okay? whom we are called as the new covenant into a unity of faith, hope, and charity. Ganito yan. Bakit natin sinasabi yung una, na iisang simbahan sapagkat ito ay galing sa Diyos. Pangalawang dahilan, sapagkat ang nagtatag ng simbahan ay ang iisang Kristo na ipinanganak, na muhay sa lupa, pinahirapan, namatay, muling nabuhay, umakyat sa langit. Okay? Yan. At ipinadala niya ang Espiritu Santo, okay, bilang upang ang ating pananampalataya ay maging isa sa lahat, no? Maging isa. Bagamat tayo magkakaiba ang kultura, iisa yung pananampalataya natin. Pangatlo, third reason why do we say that the church is one. Kindly read, Mr. Castro. Mr. Castro?
So record the number of seeds planted. For example, if you're going to plant 50 seeds, you're going to record that.
Okay. The third reason why do we say that the church is one is that the Holy Spirit lives in the church. The Holy Spirit doesn't live in other Christian religions because it would be unfaithful for the Holy Spirit to do that. Okay, the Holy Spirit only lives in the Catholic Church. This is the reason why we say that the church is one. Tandaan ninyo Tandaan ninyo mabuti yan. Again, why do we say that the church is one? Number one, no other religions. Walang ibang relihiyon ang mag-claim na kami din ay tunay, sila din ay tunay. Hindi. Tayo lang yung buong-buo ang tunay, buong-buo ang katotohanan nasa atin. Okay? Ang simbahan ay galing sa Diyos. Okay, sa iisang Diyos. Ang simbahan ay galing kay Kristo na namatay para sa atin, umakyat sa langit, ibinigay ang Espiritu Santo. Sa simbahan ay iisa sapagkat sa simbahan nananahan ng Espiritu Santo ng Diyos sa ating mga tao. Okay? Ang simbahan ay iisa kahit na magkakaiba tayo ng kultura, magkakaiba tayo ng lengguwahe, magkakaiba tayo ng pinanggalingang pamilya, pero iisa tayo in the sense na iisa yung pananampalatayang isinasabuhay natin. Iisa. Kung ano yung pananampalataya ng mga Pilipinong Katoliko, ganoon din ang pananampalataya ng mga Mexican Catholics, Australian Catholics, American Catholics, Brazilian Catholics, Roman Catholics, Italian Catholics, Spanish Catholics. Iisa yan. Magkakaiba lang tayo ng lengguwahe. Iisa tayo sa pananampalataya at iisa tayo sa anong unity ang meron tayo? Iisa tayo sa pagdiriwang ng banal na misa. Isinasabuhay natin ang iisang pananampalataya, ipinagdiriwang natin ang iisang pananampalataya sa banal na misa. Okay, let us go to this page 121. What is the task of the church as one? Go to page 121. Kindly read, Miss Gabrielle, Jamie. What is the task of the church as one? Klaro sa inyo yan, That is clear. Basa. Basa? Walang mic sir. Okay, ako na lang. Awag na lang. Basahin mo, Miss Tolabot. Okay, we go to page 122. Okay, we go to page 122. So the church is one, and what is the task of the church? That all people in this world may be one. That is the goal of the church. The divisions among Christians consequently remain a major cause of scandal before the world. Reasons behind formal separation with church communion include, So ito, the task of the church is all of us may be one, and that is the prayer of Jesus before he was arrested by a soldier, Roman soldier. Sabi niya, I pray Lord that all may be one. Ipinagdarasal ko na ang lahat ay magkakaisa, sabi ng Panginoong Hesukristo. So ang goal ng simbahan, bagamat maraming mga relihiyong naglipa na ngayon, ang goal ng simbahan ay maging isa ang lahat ng relihiyon sa tamang simbahan, sa pamamagitan ng pagtuturo ng ng tamang pananampalataya. Bakit ba nagkawatak-watak ang iba't ibang simbahan? Natanong na yan sa akin dati ng isang classmate niya. What is the reason why do we have a lot of religious sects in this world? These are the reasons. ABC. Pag-ibasa yung A, Miss Placido.
It's coming from the Indians, yung mga tayo ng mga hayop, yan, yung mga damo, yan, pwede natin, yan. You have to what? Buluin. No? Ibubulok natin yan.
Okay, when you speak of heresy, hindi ka 100% Catholic. Meron kang hindi pinaniniwalaan sa pananampalataya natin. Halimbawa, yung mga iba na Catholic ako pero hindi ako naniniwala sa purgatory. Catholic ako pero hindi ako naniniwala sa Santo Papa. Catholic ako pero hindi ako naniniwala sa Eucharist. Ganyan. Heresy ang tawag doon. Meron kang dinideny o may doubt ka sa isang katotohanan tungkol sa ating pananampalataya. Kapag ganun kayo, ang tawag sa inyo heretic. Okay? Heretic kayo. Kasi may heresy na tinatawag. Hindi mo ina-accept 100% yung pananampalatayang Katoliko. Okay? Yung pananampalatayang Katoliko. Ganun nangyari kay Martin Luther. Di ba? Maalala nyo, si Martin Luther nagtatag ng Protestantism. He was a heretic. Why? Because he questioned the truth of our faith. Okay. Letter B, kindly read. Miss Charles Win. Namaya na lang, Mr. Pata. Win Charles. Ikaw na lang, Mr. Pata.
Major elements ng fertilizer yung nakakandun yung kaya nga tinawag na complete fertilizer.
Okay, ano yung apostasy? Yung total na paghihiwalay mo sa ating relihiyon. Halimbawa ako, gumawa ako ng sarili kong relihiyon. Humiwalay ako sa Iglesia Katolika, sa Catholic Church. Ang tawag doon, apostasy. Okay? Apostasy. Total repudiation of the Christian faith. Hindi mo na paniniwalaan. Hindi. Yung apostasy, kiniklaim mong Catholic ka pero hindi ka na naniniwala sa Catholic faith. Catholic ako pero hindi na ako naniniwala sa Catholic faith. Hindi ka bumunang relihiyon mo pero hindi ka rin Katoliko. Hindi mo naniniwala yung turo ng simbahang Katolika. Okay. Yung schism, yung C-S-C-H-I-S-M. Hindi si schism yan ha, schism. Schism ang basa yan. Kindly read. Miss De Los Reyes. Kindly read. Schism.
So what is stem or
Kindly underline the term Supreme Pontiff. Pag sinabi natin Supreme Pontiff, Pope. Pope. Supreme Pontiff. Yan, ikon nyo, open and close parenthesis. Supreme Pontiff meaning Pope. Okay, pag sinabi nating schism, ito yung ginawa ni Martin Luther. He denied, he withdrew, he made himself out from the authority of the Pope. Okay, so when you do not believe anymore from the Pope, you do not believe anymore from the teachings of the Church and the authority of the Pope, you are committing schism. You are making your own religion. Ulitin natin. Ano yung mga dahilan bakit nagkakawatak-watak ang pagkakaisa ng simbahan? Una, heresy. O heresiya. Ano yung mga heresiya? Meron kang hindi pinaniniwalaan. Hindi buo yung paniniwala mo sa pananampalatayang Katoliko. May kini-question ka. Pangalawa, apostasy. Hindi mo pinapaniwalaan lahat ng turo ng simbahang Katolika. Schism, hindi ka na nga naniniwala sa turo ng simbahang Katolika, hindi ka pa nagpapasakop sa otoridad ng Santo Papa bilang leader ng simbahang Katolika sa kabuuan. Kaya lahat ng mga yan ay mga kasalanan laban sa pananampalataya. Kindly put it before the letters. These are sins against faith. Sin against faith. Kasalanan laban sa pananampalataya. Okay, so what is the move of the church toward those outside the church? Ecumenism. Kindly underline the last paragraph. The church embraced ecumenism. Underline. The church embraced ecumenism. What is this? That the church reaches out to those who are not Catholics to those Christians who are separated from the Catholic Church. That is why the church is doing interreligious dialogue. Yung hindi debate, iba yung debate. Diyan mahilig ang Iglesia ni Cristo tsaka ang dating daan, debate. Okay? So tayo, we don't debate. We don't create any debate. Okay, what we have is interreligious dialogue. Ano yung interreligious dialogue? Nakikiusap tayo ng maayos sa ibang relihiyon para magkaroon tayo ng harmonious relationship. Magkaroon tayo ng pagkakaisa na hindi pinag-uusapan ng pagkakaiba. Ayan yung dahilan, yung task ng simbahan ngayon sa Second Vatican Council. Ang task ng simbahan pa, hindi awayin ng ibang relihiyon. Ang task ng simbahan, mahalin sila, ibigay ang tulong sa kanila, at dahan-dahan silang turuan upang manumbalik sila sa pananampalataya sa iisang simbahan. Now, we go to the next, lesson 13. Why do we say that the church is holy? Why do we say that the church is holy? Kindly read, Miss Garbin, page 124. Miss Garbin. Okay, now, what are the two reasons why do we say that the church is holy? Ang simbahan ay banal. Tatanungin ko kayo ulit. Sino ang simbahan? Sino? Uy, sagot. Sino ang simbahan? Yes, Mr. Pata. Ang simbahan ay? Tayo. Very good. Okay. So, bakit natin sinasabi na ang simbahan na tayo ay banal? Pakibasa yung first reason, Mr. Macayabia Manuel. First, because okay, this is the first reason. Thank you. What is the first reason why do we say that the church is holy? Because the church is the bride of Christ. When Christ died on the cross, when He was hung on the cross for us, He died on the cross out of His love for the church. That is written in the letter of St. Paul to the Ephesians chapter 5 verse 23. Okay? Mahal ni Kristo ang kanyang simbahan. Kaya yung pagkamatay ni Kristo, okay, ay kapatawaran ng kasalanan ng kanyang simbahan. Ang kapatawaran ng kasalanan ng simbahan ay kabanalan. Sapagkat wala ng kasalanan ng simbahan. Tinanggal ni Kristo ang kapangyarihan ng demonyo sa simbahan. Sapagkat namatay siya sa iglesia, namatay siya sa simbahan. Namatay siya para sa simbahan. Kaya yung kanyang kamatayan para sa simbahan ay kawalan ng kasalanan ng simbahan. Kaya ang simbahan ay banal. Okay? Ang simbahan ay banal. Tayo ay banal. Okay. The church is holy because Christ who established the church, the founder is holy. So the church is holy because Jesus Christ is holy. He is God. He is not just man. He is God. Okay. The church is holy because she is Christ's body and the Holy Spirit dwells sa atin ang Espiritu Santo ng Diyos. The church is holy because of its origin. The second one, why do we say that the church is holy? Kindly read, Miss Dulay, Katrina. Miss Dulay. Yes, because okay. Okay, bakit natin sinasabi na banal ang simbahan? Sapagkat ang Espiritu Santo, binibigyan niya ng grasya ang simbahan na maging daan upang ang lahat ng tao ay makatamo ng kaligtasan. Tandaan ninyo hindi ang simbahan ang magliligtas, si Kristo. Pero, binigyan ang simbahan ng misyon at grasya ng Diyos na maging daan upang ang lahat ng tao ay makarinig ng Ebanghelyo ni Kristo. At kung marinig nilang Ebanghelyo ni Kristo, tanggapin nilang Ebanghelyo ni Kristo, sila ay maliligtas. The church is the instrument for the salvation of all. Instrument lang ang church. It is not the church who saves, it is Christ. Understood? The church is the instrument that the Holy Spirit gives proper graces for the church for us to become instruments of God's salvation. Okay? That's why there is church there. In every places there is church. Because this church is symbol of God's unwavering and overflowing grace of God. Okay? So the church mission is to sanctify every members and to lead them to a life of holiness. Okay? That's why the church is there. For us to call to holiness. For us to be saved. Because according to the Holy Bible, we cannot get into heaven if we are not holy. Only those holy can go to heaven. Okay? Okay, so let us go to page 127. So what is the task of the church? Page 127. What is the task of the church as holy? Ano ang responsibilidad ng simbahan bilang banal na simbahan? Pakibasa mo nga. Page 127. Miss Castro ulit. Mr. Castro pala, sorry. Mr. Castro?
Mas marami ang tubig if you're going to compare with the pesticides. Ha? Mas marami ang tubig. Baka mamaya, nilalagay mo mas marami ang... So, hindi mag-emit sila ang pesticides. Ano? Prismaxine, tama ba ako? So, paano ba pag-a-apply ng ano?
So, bali dito, the design principles include
Prismaxine.
designer na, yung designer sa
Page 128. All Christians, all Christians, regardless of the chosen state of life, age, or gender, are called to holy life. Nakakala kasi natin ang kabanalan, ang banal lang yung mga pari, yung mga madre, kasi nakasuot sila ng sutana, nakasuot sila ng holy garments. No, hindi. Ang lahat ng miyembro ng simbahan ay banal, sapagkat galing tayo sa Diyos na banal. At tinatawag tayo ng simbahan na maging banal sa pamumuhay. Okay. Regardless of the church is holy, but as a community of people and disciple of Christ, the perfection of holiness is a constant process of growth and maturity in faith. Okay. We are holy in the sense that we are members of the church. We are chosen people of God. We are Christ's body. We are the people of God. We are sinners because we are human. So we are both sinner and saint. Tayo ay banal, tayo din ang may kasalanan. Banal ang simbahan sapagkat galing tayo sa Diyos. Ang simbahan ay makasalanan dahil ito ay binubuo ng mga tao. Tama na nagkakasala. Naintindihan niyo ako? Dahil ang simbahan ay binubuo ng mga tao na nagkakasala. Okay. Kaya tinatawag tayo na maging banal. Ha? Tinatawag tayo na maging banal sa ating pamumuhay bilang mga miyembro ng simbahan ni Kristo. Tinatawag tayo na umiwas. We are called to turn our back from sinfulness and turn to God. Okay, turn to God because our destiny is God. The church is a pilgrim church. We are just journeying. We are journeying together towards heaven. Okay, that's why the church is established so that people of all generations, people of all race and languages may come into the church to experience that journey towards heaven. Okay, because the church is the instrument. Yung example ko sa inyo dati, para siyang barko. Sabi ni Saint Augustine, the church is like a barko. Ship, no? Barko na ba yung ship? Barko, tama. Na naglalayag. Dadaan yan sa dagat. Nandun lahat ng tao, dadaan yan sa dagat. At yung dagat, pwedeng babagyo, stormy sea. Pwedeng calm sea, dadaan siya sa stormy sea. Dadaan sa calm sea. Para ang simbahan, dadaan sa history, dadaan sa dark ages, dadaan sa light ages, dadaan sa pagsubok, pero the journey is still there. The journey is what? Towards God. The journey is its final destination. The church is like a ship, parang barko. Andun lahat ng tao. Okay. Aalog-alog yung barko kasi may bagyo, gegewang-gewang, pero makakarating sa destinasyon. Ayun ang simbahan. Naintindihan niya ako? Papunta kay Kristo, papunta sa langit. Why do we say that the church is Catholic? Page 130. To, medyo controversial to kasi why do you name your church as Catholic, sabi ng ibang religion? The true church is born again. The true church is Iglesia ni Cristo. Some others say the church is Dating Daan. The true church is Latter-day Saints. The true church is Methodist Church. The true church is Protestant Church. But for us Catholics, the true church is Catholic. Why, Mr. Ferrer? Read Florentino Ferrer, page 131. The term?
You're going to transplant to another area.
Okay. Why do we say that the church is Catholic? First, let us understand the meaning of the term Catholic. The term Catholic means all-embracing. Okay? Complete, universal, para sa lahat. Okay? Okay, para sa lahat. Okay. So, mamaya pag-aralan natin bakit Catholic. So, the church is worldwide, sent to all peoples. Hindi namimili kasi ang simbahan eh. The church is Catholic kasi para sa lahat ng tao. Para sa lahat ng estado ng buhay. Para sa lahat ng lengguwahe, para sa lahat ng kultura. Ha? Yan. It is sent all throughout the whole world. Kaya ang simbahan natin nasa buong mundo na eh. Hindi lang naman sa Pilipinas ang simbahan natin, sa buong mundo. Kahit Saudi Arabia, may Catholic Church doon. Okay? Next, dalawa pa lang account mo, Mr. Ferrer, kaya nag-feedback. Dalawang account mo. Okay. Second, the church is being endowed with the fullness of the means for salvation. Okay, underline. Why do we say the church is Catholic? Because the church is endowed with the fullness of the means of salvation. Nasa simbahan ang kabuuan ng paraan upang ang lahat ng tao ay maligtas. Sa ibang relihiyon, hindi buo. Sa ibang relihiyon, may 40%, 30%, 20%. Sa atin, 100% yung means for us to be saved. Because, bakit 100%? Kasi nasa atin yung 100% na gospel na itinuro ni Kristo noong unang panahon pa. Hindi na dagdagan, hindi na bawasan. Tuloy natin. So, we go to the last part. The church is Catholic according to the church fathers because, can you read the first point? Miss Morla? The church is Catholic according to the church father because the first point. Miss Morla. The first point is that, ikaw na lang, Miss Morla, bilis. Okay, that's number 1. Acts chapter 1 verse 8. Nasa Bible. Okay, Acts chapter 1 verse 8. The church is spread all throughout the world. Nasa buong mundo. Second point, Miss Morla. Miss Morla, bilis. It possesses all saving truth. Yung lahat ng katotohanan tungkol kay Kristo, okay, lahat ng katotohanan tungkol kay Kristo ay naibigay sa simbahan. Wala sa ibang relihiyon, nasa simbahang Katoliko lang. Kung meron man sa ibang relihiyon, hindi buo. Okay, nasa atin yung buo. Next point, ikaw na lang, Miss Althea Chantel. Next point. The church. Okay, the church is sent to all people. Mark chapter 16 verse 15. Ibinigay sa lahat ng tao. Next, Miss Chantel. Huwag mo nang papatayin ka. The church can heal all kinds of sin. Huwag mo nang papatayin ng speaker mo. The church can heal all kinds of sins. Okay, because the church gives pardon for or forgiveness of our sinfulness. And the last one, Miss Alte, the church is abound with a lot of virtue and spiritual gift. This is why the church is Catholic. To cut the story short, Why do we say that the church is Catholic? Because yung lahat ng itinuro ni Kristo sa lupa nung nandito siya sa mga apostol, na-preserve. Yung gospel ni Kristo hindi nadagdagan, hindi nabawasan. Na-preserve saan? Doon sa institusyong itinayo ni Kristo. Try to imagine right now that if Christ did not found any church, His gospel could be added. His mga gospel could be omitted. Sa tingin nyo, may fullness of revelation pa ba ngayon sa panahon natin? Kapag nadagdagan, nabawasan yung turo ni Kristo, wala na. Hindi na original. Kaya, hindi tayo naniniwala sa paniniwala ng mga born-again Christians na you don't need religion. You don't need a church to be saved. No! You need church. Because the church was institutionalized, was founded. It became an institution so that the fullness of God's revelation would be preserved. And that is the role of the church. Okay, nagets niya ka? What is the task of the church therefore? What is the task of the church? Okay? The task of the church, page 133. Explain ko na lang, hindi na kailangan basahin dyan. The task of the church is this. Ang simbahan ba magiging mas makasarili? Sabi ng simbahan, kami lang mga Katoliko ang maniligtas. Wala na kaming pakialam sa ibang relihiyon. Hindi. Okay? Ang task ng simbahan bilang Katoliko ay ipagpatuloy ang pagpapalaganap ng salita at ebanghelyo ni Kristo lalo sa mga taong hindi naniniwala. Nagpapatuloy. It continues. Though we've already reached the success of being a church, the church is still continuing its mission to evangelize other people by sending a lot of missionaries, by sending a lot of priests and nuns to preach us the gospel, by teaching the faith to the Catholic schools, to the parishes, by intensifying our mission in this world. Kaya nga kahit na binabato tayo ng ibang relihiyon, sinisiraan tayo sa TV stations, pinapasama tayo, tinatawanan ng mga pari, ang mga obispo, ang mga santo papa, pinipiloso po nila yung paniniwala natin, nagpapatuloy pa rin ang ating simbahan. Bakit? Kasi hindi misyon ng simbahan na sagutin lahat ng paninira ng ibang relihiyon. Ang misyon ng simbahan, ipagpatuloy yung turo ni Kristo na siyang ibinigay niya 2,000 taon nang nakararaan. We don't focus too much on the problem of other religions. We don't care. No, if they have a lot of allegation against us. Our mission is to love. Our mission is to spread the gospel, the true gospel. Kaya kahit tawanan tayo ng ibang religion, tawag doon? Yung tuloy lang natin yung nasimulan ni Kristo. Tatak Katoliko yun. Okay? Yan. Proud to be Catholic. Now, we go to page 136. Lesson 17. Why do we say that the church is apostolic? Kindly read Miss Althea de la Cruz. Why do we say that the church is apostolic? Page 136. Althea.
Wala siyang module. Or appearance. Wala siyang module sa akin. Ever binaventura ng appearance akin. Wala siyang module.
Okay. Pero hindi kagandahan.
Marion.
Hindi kagandahan ang isang
Actually, parang meron na rito.
Okay, ganito yan. The church is apostolic. Bakit apostolic? From the word apostle. From the word apostle. The church is apostolic because the church is grounded by Jesus Christ permanently on the foundation of the apostles. Before Christ ascending into heaven, He appointed the first apostle to become the first pope. And who was the first pope? Who was an apostle? Saint Peter. Mr. Mortera, very good. Saint Peter. This is the reason why we say that the church is founded on the foundation of the apostles. Apostolic. That's the first one. The second one, why do we say that the church is apostolic? Because the teachings of the apostles were not being destroyed, were not added or omitted. It was actually preserved by the church. During the time of Jesus, when he came up to heaven, the apostles is after the Pentecost started to preaching the gospel. And they preserved the teachings of Christ. And after the apostles died, the church preserved the teachings of the apostles. Okay, that's why the church guards and transmits the teachings and admonitions of the apostles. And the third one, the church continues to be instructed, sanctified, and guided by the apostles through their successors. Tandaan niyo, makinig kayo mabuti. Ang successor ni Saint Peter ang Pope. Sulat niyo dyan. The successor of Saint Peter is the Pope. Sulat niyo. The successor of Saint Peter is the Pope. Who is the current Pope of the church? Pope Benedict. Pope Francis. Okay. The successor, pag sinabing successor, ano yung successor sa Tagalog? Kahalili. Tagapagmana. Ang tagapagmana ng kapangyarihan ni San Pedro bilang unang Santo Papa, si Pope Francis. The successor of the apostles are the bishops. Tandaan niya, bishops. So si Father Soc, sa Archbishop Socrates Villegas, sa Most Reverend Fidelis Layug, they are successors of the apostles. So they are apostles. And Pope Francis is the successor of Saint Peter. Okay, walang nasirang succession. Ibig sabihin, mula nung tinatag ni Kristo ang simbahan hanggang ngayon, nagpatuloy ang simbahan. Hindi naputol. Kaya for your assignment, hindi niyo ito isusulat, hindi niyo ito, hanapin niyo lang. Look for the order of the popes, yung order ng popes from Saint Peter until now. Ibibigay kong project niyo yan. Okay? Order ng popes from Saint Peter hanggang kay Pope Francis. So 266 na. Hindi nasira ang succession, ang paghalili. Kaya natin sinasabi na ang simbahan natin ay totoo. Kasi kaya nating ipaliwanag yung kasaysayan. Kasi, pansin nyo, lahat naman ng simbahang reliyong Kristiyano, kaya lang dumating 1914, 1927, 1901, 1868. Pero ang simbahan, 33 AD pa. Simula nung namatay si Kristo hanggang ngayon, ang simbahan buhay. Okay, hindi na putol. Kaya pagdating sa kasaysayan, minsan may pinunod akong debate, isang pari tsaka isang ministro. Hindi ko sabihin ng pangalan ng reliyon ng ministro. Basta pari yung Katoliko. Na talo yung ministro kasi he could not show historical evidences that his church is the true church. You know, sino nanalo? Catholic Church. Why? Because the church can give its historical background, historical basis why the Catholic Church is the true church of Christ. Alam niyo, maraming na-convert na Protestant pastors, Protestant ministers. Search sa Google, si Scott Hahn. Kung ko sa inyo. Isulat ko yung pangalan niya rito, Scott Hahn. If you want to search sa internet, Scott Hahn. Isa siyang pastor ng Protestante dati. He was converted to the Catholic Church because he realized that the Catholic Church is the only church who can give historical background of her beginning as a church. It cannot be given by other religion. The Catholic Church alone can give its historical beginning. Okay? Kahit search nyo pa yan. Okay. Now, what is the task of the Church is Apostolic? Okay? The task of the Church is to evangelize through words and deeds. Okay? Kaya nga ang simbahan natin, nagdiriwang ng banal na misa, nagdarasal, nagdiriwang ng salita ng Diyos, pero gumagalaw. Because faith without action is dead. No, yung pananampalataya natin ay ipinagdiriwang natin sa pamamagitan ng mga panalangin, ng banal na misa, at ang pananampalataya natin ay isinasabuhay natin sa pamamagitan ng mga magagandang ginagawa at mga tulong misyon na ginagawa ng simbahan sa mundo. Okay? Ang simbahan lang natin yung yung may pinakamalaking charitable institution sa buong mundo. Yung simbahan natin. Okay? Tayo yung nagko-contribute ng charitable works, historical works, yan. Sa Catholic Church, moral topics, historical topics, missionary works, Catholic Church. Okay? Kahit sa mga encyclopedia, sa Encyclopedia Britannica, sa iba't ibang encyclopedia, search nyo doon, who founded the Catholic Church? Ang sagot doon, Jesus Christ is the founder of the Catholic Church. Okay? Jesus Christ is the founder. Because we can trace back our history to the apostles, from Jesus Christ. Okay, now, tapos na tayo. Now, enumerate, what are the 4 marks of the church? Mr. Kayabyab, give me one. The church is? Mr. Kayabyab, kindly give me one. The church is? Now, in order, the church is? What's number 1? The church is? 1. Next? Mr. Flores, that's yes. The church is? The church is Catholic. Next, the church is? Apostolic. And the last one, the church is? Holy. Ay, dahil lang pa. Magkala lang. Apostolic, Catholic. Okay, so this will be this will be the basis of your final exam, which will be held 2 weeks from now. Okay, 2 weeks from now. So I will try to discuss this to you, yung chapter 6 next week. Okay, next week. Okay? Is that okay? Okay, so let us pray. Can you lead us to prayer? Miss Althea Chantel. Hail Mary prayer.